Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the ToyWars exclusive Star Wars Funko Pop of ZUCKUSS. Like all the Star Wars Pops, the base is removable. Now, I've always had a soft spot for ZUCKUSS. I always dug him in the Bounty Hunter lineup. I always liked his costume and his kind of pudgy dimensions, and I'm happy to say that I think Funko did a pretty good job with this Pop as far as like his costume and the overall shape of his head and all that. We can go for a closer look here and you can see like what's been done on his outfit. Like they captured the fact that it's kind of like a long robe. The sculpting on the sleeves and the fabric looks good, but also the tan sections that go over his shoulders. The little gag on the back looks good. And they did a good job with his hands too. I always liked his little like three-fingered hands. And I always really dug the design of his gun, and I think Funko's captured that shape really well. Like his blaster looks awesome. And again, his hands, I think they did a good job with. What's interesting here is that they also managed to connect the little tubes going down from his head into the back of the body here, and they're pretty durable. Like they're not too soft, they're not too stiff. They do allow for the head to bobble still, if you dig that, but not by much. I'm not into bobbleheads, and you can see like the bounce back isn't very strong. So if you're not into bobbleheads, this is great for people like you and, well, like me. The head has some weight to it, and the springs is pretty tight, so you don't get much of a bobble, so that's great. The detail on the head is cool. I think the sculpt of his face and just his head and all the little big wrinkle, kind of like ridgy nudges in his head, whatever you want to call them, it looks good. The eyeball looks good. The paint for the silver is good, especially in the mouth. The eye area looks good. The little black paint in the middle is decent. Yeah, and here's just a closer look at just some of the sculpt work that went into it, especially all the little wrinkles in the back. The ridge going down the top there. It's really good, and it doesn't, you know, there's a slight kind of darker wash to it. It's like a tan base with a little bit of like light brown kind of going over it. Gives it more of a skin-like surface, and I think this Pop looks awesome. As a ZUCKUSS fan, I think this turned out great. Couldn't be happier. So thanks for watching, everybody, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that crap.